Hi everyone, it's Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is Fear the Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 6 Countdown. This is our pregame show. Appreciate all of you being here before we get into the episode. So once again, spoilers are very, very few and far between. So we are going to talk about the opening minutes. That's definitely out there. So a little bit of spoiler information. If you haven't seen the opening minutes, I will talk about that. It's a couple minutes about what goes down, but it does set the tone for tonight. We are going to talk a little bit about Naomi and a couple different timelines. So I want to thank all of you for being here. We will do our reaction video tonight at 10:20 as well. So there's going to be some good stuff to react to tonight. And I just want to, first of all, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Walking Dead Sunday. And just say, I know I was a little tough on last week's episode in the reaction video. But I'm almost like one of those, you know, when your team is up by 20 points at halftime and you just want them to win and you're like waiting and waiting. And I feel like that with Fear the Walking Dead. I want it to be good so bad that when there's an episode I'm not really sure about, I'm just like, please just get through the midway point. Get through 8 episodes and then I know it's going to be good and I know it's not going to go back to the first 3 seasons. And so far, it's been exactly that. I'm really, really excited about tonight's episode, and I think that they're going to come through and bounce back in a strong, strong way tonight. So let's talk a little bit about the opening few minutes from the show. So you're going to get to see the transition of John Dory. So in the beginning, John didn't really have anybody to talk to, and we see him sort of coming out of his shell a little bit. Tonight, you're going to see full John. You're going to see exactly how he is going to be portrayed in the future. He is a gunslinger. He's got a lot of skill, and now he's going to start to do a little bit of his ultimatum trash talk, I guess, if you will. So definitely reminds me of Abraham, but with the toughness and the confidence, but maybe not the quick wit. But he does have a little bit of a dry sense of humor. So in tonight's opening, John is going to, you see a little bit of that confidence. We get the vulture kind of going out doing a little bit of scavenging, and John's able to sneak up behind him, pulls the weapon on him, and basically tells him, you can reach for your weapon, but I'm a lot faster than you. And you'll just see that confidence in his voice tonight. So I'm going to open it up. If you guys seen the opening minutes or a little bit of the teasers from last week's episode? Yeah, Bumblebee, you'll definitely see, and I think they're just going to layer it on. They're going to get us used to his character. Okay, well good, and if you haven't seen the opening minutes, I'm giving you some new information. It won't spoil the whole episode, but it is a little bit interesting that with the timeline, it looks as if they are writing it to where both things sort of converge at once. And I'll get back to that in one second because I do want to talk about the timeline. But we got Pete D with a super chat, and he wants to know, is Tara going to die tonight or what? You know, maybe they're filming and not in the episode, Pete D, but maybe the writers are writing that into The Walking Dead that we'll see in October. One can hold their breath, right? I think Tara and Maggie are both gone by the midseason. There's a lot of anti-Tara-ism going on. You see what I just did there? And I guess that would make Pete D a anti-terrorist. All right. Hey, I'm here all week, guys. So let's get back to the timelines. So one thing that I think the writers on Fear are doing, and it's really, really clever, is how they are tracking down the vultures in the current phase and losing ground of the stadium in the past phase. So, and it's hard to write that because they have to write this thing almost perfectly. And you'll see that tonight where I guess what's a little confusing, though, is how Morgan and John are able to track down vultures, and I'm pretty sure they're walking. And with Strand and Alicia and Al, they've got a vehicle. Now, they're not going to sneak up on anybody, that's for sure. So I am interested. I'm interested in small details. Like, I want to know how much ground they make up just walking. You know, and I've beaten Fear the Walking Dead up a little bit for coincidence, but then I was thinking about it. Remember the scene from... So Walking Dead does it too, and I'm just not as critical when Walking Dead does it because I've been watching on Walking Dead longer. But it was kind of coincidental that Rosita and Michonne were driving down the street, and they hear music, and they pull over to the side, and then they happen to go in to where they, they have the speakers, and they're trying to break Eugene out. That was coincidental, right? They're just driving down, and they hear this loud music playing. So I guess I can probably put up with it on an episode or two of Fear the Walking Dead. Captain Crawfish says, is Al's truck solar powered? Where's the fuel coming from? I will tell you, that truck uses a lot of fuel, so hopefully they're not driving too far, but it's a good question. Valar in the house. So Valar says, hello to the 99 Army Kills, Emmy, Steph, Kale, Sweet Tommy, Bree sponsors, and Patreons. And thank you for being here, Valar. And I'll tell you what, I am super excited about another Game of Thrones stream. You get that first one under your belt, and it's like, I'm ready for Thursday. So we'll have a lot of fun with that. But thank you so much. We did talk a little bit Wednesday night about two big things that are going to happen. And I saw Steph brought it up a little bit earlier, but that was in our previous stream. Is Naomi looks as if she's hitting the road. Naomi / Laura, whatever you want to call her. I think it's Viv that pulls out the weapon. And we're going down that road of lack of trust. And Madison's pretty straightforward. I do like Madison of very little words this season. And tonight's episode is going to be no different. I'm not quite ready to say that Madison's growing on me, but they keep just showing bits and pieces, and I like the way her character is going about doing things. Tonight she says, hey, it's your truck. You don't have to take off. I mean, just leave. No big deal. So a lot more rational, cool demeanor. I mean, even when she was helping little Charlie, even at that point, I was like, hey, Madison's... less Madison, the better. And we do get another male threat. The other thing is, when Madison steps back a little bit, and then she gets bullied. Well, you don't really bully Madison, but you know what I mean, with Mel trying to get the upper hand. And then Madison throwing out, the one-liners, that confidence. I actually like that. I like that in her character. And, I won't harp on it too much about the things that I didn't like in the first 3 seasons, but they're writing her character the opposite of what they did early on. Young EB wants to know if Madison's not the main character anymore, who is? I'm going to say Alicia is. I think the show is going to be hers. Casey says, I hope Madison survives. I'm okay with Madison surviving if her character is like this. Ron, I don't see John being a main character. I see him being a Daryl. I see him being a very good support character, but not the main character. I can't see John being the lead. I mean, to me, lead has leadership. John's not a leader. No way. But he's an enforcer. He can get things done. So, let me go to the opening minutes tonight, because I saw Drama King New York City says Morgan and John go on a vulture killing spree. No, they're not going to. They don't kill. That's the thing. So, in the opening minutes tonight, we have a vulture. You know, he's looting. He's getting stuff. John walks up behind him, puts the gun there. One of the things that John says is he says, you can reach for your gun, and I'm going to try. You can turn around, reach for your gun. I'm going to he holsters his, and he says, I'm going to try to shoot you in the hand, but I might miss, and we know how that goes. So he's basically telling him, all you got to do is turn around and tell me something about the vultures. So the guy does turn around after John tells him, I could miss and I could kill you. Morgan's kind of a cheerleader over to the side, so Morgan is like, you won't beat him. And what does the guy do? Instead of saying something about the vultures, this dumb guy, you know, is about ready to say, this guy reaches for his gun, John shoots him. And guess what? John don't miss. John hits him in the hand. And then once he shoots him in the hand, you realize that John and Morgan are not about killing. So he shoots his finger, and at that point, the guy's going to start talking. And make no mistake, John is super, super skilled. So that's the opening minutes. You'll see that. You know, that doesn't spoil the whole thing. And then I think the rest of the show is really going to be, we're getting back to the stadium. Slight drama with Naomi, but we know that she's going to a FEMA site, that she's got some stuff planted. Madison does not. See, here's the problem. Is they always split up when they have to do these runs. So Madison and Naomi are going to head out. Strand is going to head out. But then you got Lucy's going to stay. Nick's going to stay, which we know Nick lives, obviously. And Alicia's going to stay. So none of them die because we've seen all of them in the current. And we do get that threat once again from Mel where, you know, they keep leaving. But I do think tonight we're going to start to finally see the sabotage. So I'm going to throw this question out for the group. This is not spoiler information. This is completely Prediction City. Hold on. Hold that thought. Because Sheila Beasley is in the house with a super chat. So I am contractually obligated to zoom on over there. And Sheila says, just want to say hi to Kills and everyone. I feel like I haven't participated in a live stream in forever. Always and forever. But it's, you know what? It's good to have you back, Sheila. Or I could have went, oh, Sheila. People are watching Fear the Walking Dead. They're like, what is this guy doing? That's just a preview. If you guys want a little bit of off-the-cuff random stuff, then tune in Tuesday night at 9:30 for our episode of Random Things. So, yeah, you know what? Before we get into the next topic, let me go ahead and make that announcement. So, after the next couple episodes, we will be at a mid-season finale break. We are going to have a stream on Mondays. It's very likely to be music-related. We will have Random Things on Tuesday night. We will have our bold predictions still on Wednesday night. We'll continue forward with the Thursday Thrones. And I know there was a little bit of a hiccup on Friday, but we will be doing every other Friday. We're going to be doing Freestyle Friday. We'll talk about that and give you some more details. And, of course, Sundays. Sunday is our fun day. We're still going to do Walking Dead streams on Sunday, even during the recess. So that'll still give us a couple days of Walking Dead chat. So regardless of what other stuff we do, we're always going to keep a Walking Dead theme. Chris, I will absolutely sing it. You know what? And as a real side note, Bohemian Rhapsody looks super amazing. Just so you know. All right, let's get into this split up group and what it means. We've got Nick, we got Alicia, and we got Lucy back at the stadium. Strand, Naomi, Madison going out looking for supply, or the FEMA area. So the question I have for all of you: will the sabotage start tonight by Mel? Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. I'm going to call on a couple people here. While Madison's away, Mel will play. I think it happens tonight. I think we're going to see the first step of his master plan. He's got to be getting a little impatient. I mean, there's 3 episodes left before we get to the mid-season finale. And the reason I want to throw that out there to the group is because I wanted to prep you guys a little bit because when we get reactions tonight, I think we're going to have some good stuff to react to. If we're reacting to the opening minutes, which I already told you, then the show's just going to be kind of blah. But I think there's going to be a lot more is going to go down, like a lot more action, a lot more sinisterness. Not a word, but you get the point. Well, one of the things that I would like to do is maybe well, I don't want to spoil that just yet. There could be something that we take scenes from Walking Dead and talk about song-appropriate music for that. So let me kind of work on that a little bit. It's going to be a fun summer. When Fear the Walking Dead is down and taking a break and we got a couple of months, we're going to go into a couple different type of streams. Well, you know, Chris, they say that every week, though, and truth be told, other than backstories, every episode answers a lot. This season, I'm with Fear. I'm learning a lot every time, and it's fun. I don't want to know all the answers until we get there. But I will say this. Mel is going to he's going to be patient for only so long. Well, Ron, first and foremost, I think that Madison leaving is always a problem. And that could be her flaw. Clearly, Madison is the leader of the group. So her going out on these runs would give Mel an opportunity to strike. But we know, well, I'm not going to say we know 100%. That nothing will happen to Madison and Naomi tonight, because we don't. The only thing we do know is that Strand goes back tonight to the area that they visited in the past. So they go back to the FEMA location and he gets some of the grenades. Now, does that mean that maybe Madison and Naomi don't make it back? I don't think so. But we could start to see the vultures overrun the group, and then, you know, maybe Alicia, Nick, they're kind of looking at each other like, wait, who's going to take over? Oh, that would be cool. So I don't have the answer to that question, but we could lose somebody tonight. But you know how The Walking Dead, but Fear the Walking Dead presumably will do the same. How they like to build it up to that, climactic mid-season finale. So I don't think episode 6. I would be shocked if we lose somebody tonight. We might, but normally with 6 and 7, they just want to hype it up a little bit and then bam, have all the drama happen in 8. So, Morgan and John will get answers tonight from a vulture after they shoot him in the hand. And then my only question is how they circle back. Now, I'm going to make a bold prediction. I'm going to say instead of just walking around looking for stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if Morgan and John have the dude drive them to their stronghold. I mean, they got one out there looking, so, they shoot this guy. They're not killers. So it's more likely that John is going to get information and find out where they're at tonight. I could see that happening toward the end. Like, hey, you drive, we're going to get in the back, you take us to where you guys stay. Thoughts and comments on the kill shot bold prediction, or do you have one of your own bold predictions for tonight? Mine is going to be the Morgan and John. Janet, they will be doing time flipping. Probably, Janet, you'll probably see it more tonight than on previous episodes. Yeah, I do too. I think once we get to the mid-season finale, they're going to time it where it just converges, and then we won't have this back and forth. James Gallego says, Morgan has killed for a couple episodes. Time for him to get back into clear mode. Jimmy's Jammin' says, think we'll find out what's up with Madison. I don't know, Jimmy. I don't think that's going to be tonight. I think that would be too much to sort of compact into tonight, because some of tonight still has to be fighting the walkers and taking over the FEMA site, and because there's always going to be some walker drama in there. That would be, Walking Dead Nerd says, I think Madison is going to find out more about Naomi tonight. And I know we kind of did the survey a couple streams ago, and I asked you guys what your thoughts were about Laura and Naomi, whether she's going to make it, and we were sort of split down the middle. Some people think she's gone, some people think she's still there. All right, we are hitting about 24 minutes, so I'm going to throw it out there. One last bold prediction from everybody, and then we'll wind this thing down, let you go get all your prep work done for the show, and then we'll have reactions at 10:20. So one last bold prediction from the group, and then we will wind this thing down. So I'm going to call on a couple people and see what your thoughts are for tonight's episode. Good question, E-Beach. Maybe she's not working for anybody. The Althea tapes will definitely come into play, I think, in the second half. Kale's hoping for a bit of insight on the tapes. Well, Lonnie, same thing. Yeah, there's a lot of interest around these tapes. Maybe we'll get to see one and give some clues into the vultures. Janet Person says Charlie kills more people. That's a very bold prediction. Ron Burgundy says Mel's just going to back a vehicle with the walkers into the gate. So you think that's going to happen tonight, Ron? I think it's too soon, but we'll see. Prelude to the Whispers, says Ann Hodge. Hey, you never know. Maybe the Whispers never come on The Walking Dead and they only come on Fear the Walking Dead. Steal that storyline to make Fear more popular. So, Chris, you think that's going to go down tonight? The walkers through the gates? Ooh, Fluff says tonight we'll see another mole in the stadium. Eber says Luciana will cover herself in blood. Kelly Golanzinier wants John to find out more about Naomi. Only if they meet back up with someone. So, yeah, they're a little bit split up right now. So, wow, some big, bold predictions from a couple people. They think the stadium is going to get overran tonight. But, well, let me, I'll read the synopsis from this week's episode. Strand wrestles with Madison's decisions. Things take an unexpected turn at the stadium. So, it could open the door for something big. We'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to the reaction video. All right, thanks, everybody. Appreciate everybody being here, all your participation. If you guys can do me a favor, everybody in the 99 Army, if you guys can just slide over and make sure that you mail the like button. I don't know. We'll have to think of a mail-ism for the walkers infiltrating the stadium. We'll get back to that one. All right, thanks, everybody. Appreciate everybody being here. No shout-outs tonight because we just got a short time frame between now and also the show and then the next stream. But I'll talk to everybody at 10:20. The stream will be up so you guys can participate during the stream, and then we will broadcast afterwards. Thanks once again, everybody. Peace.